We're now on to New York with a new opening. This arc, this episode starts with Mikoto dreaming. It's the Academy City Invasion arc. And Coco just watching, doesn't show the dream, it just shows that he is having a dream. Then we see Accelerator. He's with Last Order, and he's in Kikyo. They're meeting Yomikawa. They're meeting up with Yomikawa. Accelerator dresses that he's already met her. And a reference to, but it's not really a reference to, it's just saying that he already met her. So there's that. Let's see what else is there. Mikoto brings up the punishment game to Toma, and he's in flaps her skirt. He's like, takes something, takes both hands, and flaps. Croker shows up to do the same thing. She gets shocked in that Toma's leaving, and she says tomorrow at like 1. She shows up like a whole hour earlier. During an hour, she met up with Uiharu, tried to teach her violin, and stuff like that for a little bit. Croker showed up and dragged Uiharu back on judgment work. Accelerator also met Komoe Sensei in Last Order, talking about experience and stuff and like that, and how she looks like a child. It shows the sisters, they're talking about stuff like that. Mikoto's dragging Toma to an underground mall. They have to take a photo that makes it look like they look like a couple. They take a few attempts and fail, and when they actually try to get it, Croker shows up, and that actually probably would make it look like they look like a couple. Croker shows up and just kicks him and ruins the photo right when it's being taken. And the accelerator is shown apartment and stuff like that. Yomikawa has he in Last Order will be staying at with Kikyo. He sits down. I think he blocks all noise with his vectors. Later, he walks into them taking a shower, and Yomikawa doesn't really care. Last Order is like, what? It then cuts to one of the other scenes I was talking about earlier. And Toma. Last Order talking to 10032. You know who that sister is, obviously. 10,032. Tries to get the goggles, but she just steals them. Ends with Accelerator asking her Mikawa where Last Order is. So there's that. On to the next episode. Episode 18. Accelerator, Yomikawa, and Kikyo are listening to a call or voicemail from Last Order, and she's trying to track it. So the Yoshikawa and Aho and Accelerator go, and they split up looking for Last Order. Toma is reading outside for Mikoto to do something. She's being incredibly loud doing it. And he runs into Misaka's sister from last episode, 10,032. And she drags him, and Toma doesn't recognize her. And gets her necklace so he can recognize her, and then gets what looks to be peeps, and she thinks they're real, and Toma just eats one, and he says they're just experimental, and Nisiko's like, I'm experimental, I was used for experiments and stuff like that. Koto showed up, and she, talking to Toma. That's when Last Order showed up. 10,032, Misako 100032 started chasing Last Order with a gun. Toma and Koto just watched. Koto was doing something. Last Order showed up talking to Toma. And, yeah. About what she went through. Accelerator ran into Index. Helped her get hamburger. They were walking. She saw Toma and went to go talk to him. And Accelerator saw Last Order, and Index was like, "Are you finished?" He's like, "Oh, something." Yeah, I forgot to mention this. Beginning of the episode, it showed Laura start getting ready to take a bath in a room with like several bathtubs, talking about like in the dozens, possibly 30. I wasn't able to count how many were in the room. Didn't bother counting how many were in the room. Yeah, but that's that episode. So see you with episode 19. Reviewing episode 19, I believe. Yeah, 19. Accelerators with Last Order. She's running around. She falls and hurts her legs. So Accelerator ignores it wants to ignore it first, but he goes to a clinic or something like in a store, and gets some band-aids for her. He's on his way back. Someone drives a car into him. And, let's see, what else is there? Yeah, he attacks back against the people that are attacking him. Kihara Amata shows up and, punches Accelerator, disrupts his vectors, like having them slightly change. Accelerator thinks it's an ability, but he's actually just pulling his punches. You can't just beat Accelerator like that. Only Amata was able to do that. So there's that. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is weird position for this one. Yeah, but Amata was. So Accelerator sent Last Order flying away. Index showed up. After Accelerator was basically asking for help. And it cut to Tom talking to Index, and how Index was wanting to give heard something back. So he left. Tom went outside, find it was raining. He went to go walk, but he heard stuff. He saw someone pass out. It shows Vento as the front walking. He picks up a radio. Tries to get in contact with Alistair, which she does. She talks to him. He says she underestimates, and she says he overestimates it. Talks to Amata and tells him to get Fuse Kazakiri ready. Yeah, but that's basically where this episode ends. So he also says showtime at the end of the episode. So yeah, that's where the episode ends. On to episode 20. The review for episode 20. Yeah, oh god, I don't know. Let's see. Accelerator grabs Index, jumps into a car, and drives off. He tells Index to get something from Dr. Heaven Canceller, then he calls Dr. Heaven Canceller. Toma runs into Last Order, who's crying and asking for help. So he takes her out to eat first, asks her what's wrong, and gets attacked by Vento at the front. He, is there any... He, takes the attacks and is trying to figure out how her attacks work. Once he does that, her attacks move from her necklace, her crossing it wherever they point. So it has something to do with that. Toma tells the store to leave and keep her phone with her. Accelerator is being attacked by Hound Dog at a facility, and is taking them on. He's killing their members. Then it was cut to the one scene at Tomo's restaurant right before he got attacked by Vento at the front. Now it's running outside. Kuroko called Koto asking her to do something since she was busy with judgment. Koto said she was at a convenience store. So Kuroko can't do what isn't doing much. She's referee Haru. Later in the episode, when it went back to Kuroko, she and Haru were getting ready to watch TV, but first they watching some of the news. So there's that. And it goes back to Accelerator killing one of the last members of Hound Dog. He kills the last one by 2 anti-skill members. And they're like, your hands up or something. Well, they definitely. They just see the dead body. Since he made it so it couldn't be seen. But he said Accelerator's name. Cuts to Kikyo seeing Yamikawa unconscious, and she sees a photo of Accelerator. She sees Tsuchimikado talking about some of the State of God's plans. But yeah, that's that episode. See you next episode. There's only 2 episodes left in this arc. Okay, episode 21. Accelerator's looking for Last Order. Toma runs into Index. He finds a piece of Last Order's clothes. Toma calls him. And, let's see. He tells Toma to go to a bridge to see if Last Order's there. It shows Accelerator throwing a building, they're in a and it cuts to Alistair talking about some stuff. Also shows Amata, Kihara Amata getting some stuff ready for Testament. Put a virus in the Last Order. Toma goes there and he runs into Vento at the front. They have a small confrontation. Fuse Kazakiri is activated. And Vento at the front changes her priorities to dealing with Fuse Kazakiri. So there's that. Let's see what else is there. Toma calls Accelerator. Accelerator says he was joking. He found a piece of Last Order's clothes. He gets a call from Amata, so he leaves. He's at time to go look for Amata. Track him down. Toma calls and Accelerator says he's going to handle the Last Order himself. Toma has no idea he's talking to Accelerator, though. Let's see. Toma is running. He runs into Index and who was with Mikoto Misaka. Kyoto at the time. Oh yeah, he told Accelerator he was going to deal with an angel at the time. Index tells Toma that it's Kazakiri and he said he doesn't plan on killing her. Railgun says she'll handle this herself. So she fires a railgun at Hound Dog, these people. Index is running with Toma and telling him stuff. Toma says he can't call Komei Sensei right now for help. Information he needs, so he calls Mikoto, who gives him the information he needs. He tells Index to go do her own thing. Accelerator breaks in through jumps in through the window of Amata's place and kills all the Hound Dog guys there, protecting Last Order. The Last Order points a gun. So even just Amata there, and Last Order. Toma finds Fuse Kazakiri, and Vento at the front shows up, and the episode ends around there. So on to the last episode of the last episode of the Academy City Invasion arc. Toma is fighting Vento. He's learning more about her past. Past. She was at an amusement park as a kid and went on a ride, but she was talking about all sorts of safety measures that the ride had. Apparently they failed, and she and her brother got in an accident, and they only had enough blood for one of them. And her brother told him to use a blood transfusion on her. So that caused him to die, and she blamed it on science. So that's why she wants revenge. Toma's dizzy. Oh, yeah, the episode actually started with Accelerator fighting Kihara, now that I think about it. And, yeah, they're fighting pretty evenly at the time. Except Accelerator's battery dies at the end. So we're back to Toma and Vento fight. They were fighting. The fight was coming to a close as they're talking, fighting all sorts of stuff like that. Toma got flung around a little. And let's see. Well, I guess this arc does carry a little over into the next episode, but only a little. Toma right hook. It's slow motion right hook too. But Accelerator's getting wrecked by Kihara. This is a scene between the two Toma scenes I just talked about. Other Accelerator scene was before that. Yeah, the Toma scenes. He's getting desperate, grabbing on to Kihara, Amata and stuff like that. Ripped a piece of his hair and some skin off. He showed a chip and he crushed it. Yeah, but the last Accelerator scene, Index is walking in. She calls Mikoto and asks for info, which Mikoto does. She says that it could probably be solved with a song. So she starts singing. Also, Accelerator's getting beat in the background. And she starts singing. Amata drops a grenade on top of Accelerator. And this is the first time you see a Blackwing Accelerator in the anime period. And first thing Blackwing's Accelerator is fucking Amata. Like, he literally just gets fucking yeeted. Yep, there's actually an end credit scene in this arc as well. Actually, Toma, he's thinking of how to take care of Kazakiri. It's also the last Toma scene in this episode as well. Also, actually, Amata pointing out that Accelerator's black rings are the angel variety. But Toma shows up and, is thinking what to do, but he hears noise behind him. And he sees someone picking up Evento at the front and tells him to drop her. He gets his name, and it's Aqua of the back. He doesn't get dealt with yet. And he throws Vento's thing at Toma and says it's useless now. And that Vento would be executed by Academy City. But yeah, that's how this arc, this episode ends. There's a little bit after the arc, but that will be in the next arc review. Since the next episode's mostly that arc. The Zero Horizon arc. Bye.